Hey everybody, my name is Mary and I go by the Healing Cave Lady, and today's video is a big deal. I have been preparing for this video for months now, and it all started with a little company called Simply Earth. They sent me this box in the mail that had this kit on how to make DIY solid perfumes, and it kind of got my wheels turning, and I was like, smelt like a hippie now for a couple years because I no longer will wear toxic perfumes from the department stores. Go into about why we don't want to buy those department store perfumes anymore. So Scientific American put out this article talking about perfumes and how most of perfumes are made from petrochemicals. So the Environmental Working Group, or the EWG, you should know this website. If there's ever a product that you're thinking about purchasing and you want to know how natural it is and know if there are any toxic chemicals in it, they have rating scores. So you can go to ewg.org and find out how they rate. You know, they have like 1 through 5 and they're like green score ratings. And it tells how natural and how hazardous to skincare, to baby care, to sunscreen, I mean, all kinds of things, and they update it all the time. So the EWG said that they say, the sweet smell of petrochemicals. EWG reports, well, many perfumes and colognes and body sprays contain trace amount of natural essences, just trace amounts. So if there's any essential oils and perfume, it's trace amounts. And it's actually more like dozens of potentially hazardous synthetic chemicals which are derived from petroleum. So they can actually hide tons of chemicals in fragrances because they say it's their trade secret. And a percentage of any cosmetic out there can be undisclosed because that's just how the cosmetic industry is. Campaign for Safe Cosmetics is a coalition of over 100 groups seeking transparency about chemicals and cosmetics. So they commissioned independent laboratory tests to reveal 38 secret chemicals and 17 leading fragrances. And I'm not going to tell you the leading fragrances. These are like very, very, very popular fragrances that are laden with super dangerous chemicals. So the EWG adds that some of the chemicals used in these fragrances have troubling hazardous properties with propensity to accumulate in human tissues, including breast milk. How disgusting is that? So many people I know, when they switched over to the natural side and they stopped using synthetic fragrances and synthetic products and things that like were contributing to the chemicals in their household, kind of went to nothing because they're like, well, there's not really safe perfumes out there, and the ones that are out there are really kind of hippie, stinky smelling. So they just went from 0 to nothing, and that's kind of where I was at. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wear fragrances. And I was like, gosh, there's gotta be something that I can just spray. I can spray it on my clothes, I can refresh myself, you know, maybe a solid perfume, maybe, you know, just some other options. So I have been brainstorming and reading books. So I got like 3 different Amazon Kindle books that I went through, and I started testing. I started testing recipes after recipe. I went on Pinterest. I tested recipe after recipe, Wellness Mama, Mommyponymous, like all these websites, and I just started testing recipes. I spent so much money because trial and error. I had to try them to see if they smell good before I brought them to you guys, because if I just took these recipes and said, hey, here are the recipes, give them a try, you would hate me, because I would have to say that 75% of the recipes that I tried from these books, from Pinterest online, and from websites smelled not good at all. So there are always factors in why they don't smell good. A lot of the factors are, you know, when you use different brands of essential oils, they're gonna smell different. Everything's gonna smell different on your skin. So I put all the essential oils, the alcohol, the water, I shook it up. I let it sit for a month because those things change, and supposedly they actually start smelling better. So the other thing I did was I did a test on all these perfumes. So I made lots of bottles of these perfumes, and they look like so. So I made lots of bottles of these perfumes, and I gave them to friends. And the other thing I did was I actually took them around with me and had people smell them and rate them, like what their favorites were. So I narrowed it down to a handful that I loved, and I had so many people vote that they love these recipes too. So those are the recipes that I'm gonna share, methods in making them and what you need to make them. And then you guys can go through the recipes and decide on the ones you like. First, with supplies and which type of essential oil perfume you wanna make. So first, there's the alcohol and water essential oil. Now, a lot of people would say, why would I want to spray alcohol on myself? There's got to be better things. And let me just tell you, I tried them. So I tried the witch hazel, I tried the glycerin water. It just didn't hold the fragrances as well, and it didn't come out smelling as pure. You didn't smell as much of the oils, and it made it kind of, I don't know, it just smelled off. So I chose to use vodka for mine. And I chose vodka because it doesn't have a lot of smell to it, and most of it, if you're using it as spray bottle, evaporates in the spraying process. So all you're left with is essential oils. So when you spray this, it doesn't smell like alcohol, it smells like perfume. So it's really lovely. Roots vodka. And so what you do is you take whatever bottle you're gonna be mixing in. So I was using like little mason jars. But you can take your bottle that you're gonna make your perfume with. And I got big packs of these bottles extremely inexpensively on Amazon. So 12 packs of these bottles were like $12 for the 2-ounce size. And I actually have decided that I like the 1-ounce size the best because really good size for your purse. You don't have to use, you're not investing tons of essential oils in the 1-ounce size as much as you would invest in a 2-ounce size if you decide you don't love it as much later. Oil perfume is the alcohol actually breaks down the essential oil so that you, for one, that you can actually spray it out the sprayer. Otherwise it would be too thick. For two, it evenly distributes it through the alcohol. So when you're spraying it, it stays consistent. And when it comes out, literally, it's like you're not smelling alcohol and it's not damaging. It pretty much evaporates. So it's spreading the essential oils in a microfine particle, kind of like a diffuser, but so that it can be on you and smell good. And you can just smell like your wonderful perfume all day. I was just amazed at how easy it is and how great they ended up coming out. So that is the alcohol and water method. And there are a couple other methods. So if you're choosing bottles, so you can do a bottle that is kind of like a room spray bottle. This one is like, I like this size and I like that it's really skinny. It can slip into gym bags very easily. And what I like about this is you can use it kind of like room spray, linen spray, body spray. It's kind of a multi-purpose thing. So it's a bigger size. And this one is from Simply Earth. You can get these in 4 packs. And I love these bottles. So you can use them, you know, for all kinds of things. They're really, really lightweight. You don't have to worry about them breaking. So the other thing you can do, and this is also from Simply Earth, is they have insane deals on bottles. Like a 12-pack of these roller bottles, I think is about 10 bucks. So you can do the roller bottles, and it's the same recipe with the alcohol and water. I did these stickers from moo.com. I love that company. I have really fun, like this sticker that says date night and it has like flowers. Put it right to moo.com. And then you have these really cool stickers that are totally custom, and you made these custom perfumes that you can give as gifts, and people are gonna love them, especially if you use some of these recipes that I've mentioned. So the other thing you can do is if you're doing the solid perfumes, you can get these really cool tins. You can get packs of these on Amazon, and they end up breaking down to be about $1 each or so. So you can make a solid perfume. They look super professional. That's what I love. I mean, look how pretty that is. And depending on the color of your essential oils is totally gonna change. This essential oil perfume actually has like blue tansy and stuff in it, so it's like kind of like an herby one. Those are the bottles that are really cool to have if you're deciding to make your essential oil perfume. I love the spray ones, particularly the best because, you know, it's easy to spray things. I wear the hippie deodorant, so I'm always kind of like, I need a little spritz here and there, and I've been absolutely loving it. So what I do, don't invest in just like take one of my recipes and make the big version of it right off the bat. So you want to try it. So these are some things that I like to have. So I buy these little amber bottles. And again, I got these from Simply Earth because it was super cheap to buy a big box of these. And this is what I use to test all of my perfumes before I make it into a big bottle. So what I do is you take the bottle and I take these little dropper things and I fill it up exactly the way I would do with the large bottle. So I do 2/3 alcohol in the bottle, and then I would do the essential oil blends. So maybe you make 5 different recipes, you keep these in those little bottles, you try them on yourself, you smell them, you see how you like them, and then after you do that, you decide what you want to invest your essential oils in to make the big bottle. So that way you're not making these big bottles and then you're like, oh, I hated that, I totally wasted my money, because essential oils are expensive, you know? So you don't want to be wasting all your drops to make this big 2-ounce bottle and then you realize that you don't like it. So I always say start with these small amber bottles for all those, and so you're paying like 70 cents a bottle and you can reuse them. So you make these little ones and have your friends smell them and have them try them and then decide what you're gonna make your big bottles with. So I can't stress this enough. I just really hate it when people like waste their essential oils and they realize they don't like something. So I think it's a very, very good idea. I got these little funnels on Amazon, so it's easier to get them in the bottle. I love this little key. This little key is killer. So if you're trying to get the last drops out of your essential oil bottle, this little key pops off the reducer. You know, you're usually chewing this thing off or doing whatever you can to get it off. It just pops it right off so that you can take your reducer out and get the last drops out of your essential oil bottle. So those are tools that I like to have ready to go when I'm making my essential oil perfume. So like I said, if you're doing the alcohol and water method, you know, choose a good vodka, go with an organic vodka, go with like, really read the ingredients, figure out like if it's made from grain or corn, or maybe you don't care. Cause like personally, I'm kind of like, have gluten issues, but not on my skin. So it doesn't matter if I go with a grain alcohol. I just want to go with something that's not a pesticide crop. So I went with like a non-GMO local vodka. When those essential oils hit your skin, they're doing beneficial things. So you're just magnifying the health of the essential oil and you're incorporating it in a way that maybe you wouldn't have before. Solid perfumes, the recipe is as follows. I'm gonna go ahead and flash a picture on the screen. But it is so simple. So I love these beeswax bars. They're by a company called Be Healthy, and they smell like honey. They smell amazing. So you're gonna have to think about that. When you're making your essential oil perfume, it's gonna smell like honey too. So it's gonna make the recipe slightly sweeter. There are the pastilles that you can get that have been more purified and have less of the honey smell that you can also choose. I really love these Be Healthy bars. So it is 1 ounce, so easy. It's 1 ounce, which is 1 bar, to make your perfume, and 1 ounce of a carrier oil. You can use fractionated coconut oil, you can use almond oil, or you can use jojoba oil. I like almond oil or fractionated coconut oil just because they have less smell to them. Fractionated coconut oil is a really good one, and I actually like to do a drop of like natural vitamin E skin oil. This is Nature's Gate skin oil. So beeswax solid perfumes, and gosh, how adorable are these? Adorable is that you can get all kinds of different things you can melt them into. I even saw like little lip balm looking ones on Amazon that were in the shape of hearts. I mean, really, really fun gifts that look super professional and they smell amazing. And people would never know. It's like, really, you made this? Yes, it's like you made this. Methods there. There are the dry oil sprays that you can make with just using jojoba oil and essential oils. I'm not a super big fan of the dry oil methods because you can't spray them on clothing. You'd probably actually stain it. So I really like the alcohol and water method better. So I didn't really include that recipe, but I just wanted to let you know that that is out there as well. I'm gonna give you the recipe for one of my favorite perfumes that I've tested. And let me just tell you, I spilled some of it on myself and I was walking around the house and I was like, what smells so good? This one I call Sweet Love, and it would be called something different if I didn't add the extra ingredients, but let me just tell you, this one smells so amazing. It's fresh, it's light, it's crisp, or you can make it warmer, deeper. So it starts with Neroli and blood orange. I got Neroli from Simply Earth because it was only $15.99 for the 5 ml bottle, and some of the companies sell that same amount for like $70. And Neroli is actually orange blossoms, And for those of you that want something floral but don't want to smell like a grandma, you guys will love Neroli. It's sweet, it's fresh, it's light. It smells like spring when you walk outside when things are blooming. It smells amazing. And the blood orange really kind of gives it that little citrus lift that makes it a little younger and fresher. So by doing 20 drops of each of these with your alcohol and water, you're gonna have an amazing, crisp, fresh perfume. It's easy, it's just awesome. And I didn't stop there. I was like, hey, why don't I take this and bring some more notes into it? So then I added 5 drops of vanilla. I used the plant therapy vanilla in this recipe, alizarin, and 5 drops of that, and 5 drops of sandalwood. I get the Florihana Sandalwood because it's a really good value for 5 mLs. And I did 5 drops of that, and that made this beautiful, beautiful scent. So you can do it with just the two, the blood orange and the neroli, and you have a beautiful, crisp spring scent that just smells good on everything. And you can actually use it as a linen spray. You can use it, you know, for so many different things, but it smells great. But by adding the sandalwood and the vanilla, it just adds a warmth and a depth that just makes it a little bit more complex, and it smells so good. And everywhere I go, people are like, oh my gosh, that smells so good. I'm always spraying myself because with essential oil perfumes, you have to use them a little bit more often. The scent doesn't last as long as a typical petrochemical perfume. So it smells so good. You guys are gonna love this recipe. So another blend that I have absolutely just died over is Organic Aromas makes this blend called Butterfly's Breath. So this blend has jasmine, celery seed, bergamot, cedarwood, geranium, ylang ylang, palmarosa, spearmint, and rosemary. Something I would have never thought of putting together. And it smells so good. The spearmint just makes it earthier. It takes the jasmine, which jasmine on its own, to me, smells a little bit more grandma-y, personally. Some people love jasmine on its own. But once you add the bergamot, that little bit of citrus, and the spearmint, and the cedarwood, and the rosemary, kind of make it a little earthy, it makes the most amazing, beautiful fragrance ever. I made, of course, is the one I actually didn't blend. The Organic Aromas Butterfly's Breath smells the best in perfume. So you can basically take 20 drops of this in the bottle with alcohol and water, and you don't want to like fill the whole bottle up and then put the essential oils and not have enough room. And they blend better, they mix better with just alcohol first, so you add the water last. So you just shake that out. The blend is insanely strong because of the nature of all the oils in it. Okay, so the last essential oil blend I'm just gonna mention, I'm gonna list all the other recipes out. You know, for this one I call Rich Bee, because you gotta be a rich bee to afford the oils that are in this one. So I got the AmeFlore Jasmine. And this is a 5 ml bottle, and it's like $200+. The thing about jasmine like is so hard to harvest. They have to be like harvested at night when they're in open bloom, and there's so many crazy procedures in harvesting jasmine that it's just really, 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 really expensive. It's all hand done delicately and beautifully. And I think it smells so amazing. And I have the Rose Absolute from Florihana. I actually bought this directly from Florihana, France. And I don't know how I got such a crazy good deal. It was on the website and it was $20 and some odd cents for 2 ml. And I was like, 2 ml for $20? That's just like 2 ml like this much in the bottle. I mean, it's tiny, and it was 20 something dollars. And I was like, that's so expensive, but I'm just gonna splurge because I really wanna try Rose. So I bought it, and directly from Florihana. I usually order from Tropical Traditions because they didn't have this one at that time. So it was 20 something dollars, I don't remember exactly. 20 something dollars for this 2 ml bottle. And I was like, oh gosh, it smells so good. I wouldn't wear it on its own because it's a little kind of grandma-y. But if you do a couple drops of this, a couple drops of this, and a couple drops of vanilla, it's magical. So if you want to take something that might smell like granny and add a little vanilla and make it into magic, you're one rich bee. That is jasmine, rose, and vanilla. I actually really liked the AmeFlore Bergamot in there as well. I actually made like a couple recipes with rose and I killed off my whole bottle, which is really sad because now the price on Florihana's website is like $100 for the same bottle. And it's because everything is, you know, supply, demand, and where they're sourcing it from. And they make all of their essential oils in kind of like small batches, and then they sell it all, and then they make more. So if the product is more at that time, then the price has to go up. So I guess it was insane that I got a $20 2 ml bottle, because now it's like $100 for a 2 ml bottle of rose. So, and 5 mLs of jasmine is like $200. I don't even think they have that on Florihana, but the AmeFlore one is. So it is crazy how expensive, but the cool thing is you only need a teeny tiny bit. But if you're gonna be splurging on some of the floral oils, you kind of wanna go with the companies that do a good job, because you don't wanna get a crappy old bottle of rose, even if it's $40. I'm going to post all of my favorite recipes. I'm gonna be continually, if you follow me on Facebook, I'm gonna be continually making essential oil fragrance recipes. I'm obsessed with it. I probably will start a company selling them. Or like, oh my gosh, you wasted so much money creating these recipes and fine-tuning them and making sure they're good, you should sell them. And that's really not my heart. My heart is to give you guys the best recipes so that you don't have to spend all your money and waste all your money. And the cool thing for me is a lot of companies send me free oils now, and I used to have to pay for every single oil myself. And now that they're sending me free ones, I feel like I should share the love. I feel like I should share that with you, because the only reason they're sending them to me is because you guys are watching, and the only reason you're watching is because I'm giving you the knowledge and they're helping me facilitate it. So I love my recipes with you for free. And whenever I come across a new insane recipe, it will be posted on my Facebook page. So follow me on Facebook, like big time. I post little videos there that I don't post on YouTube, so it's a good place to follow me. I post mini videos, I post little recipes when I'm testing something, I'll take little pictures and stuff like that. This is what I'm testing. There's a lot of little things that I do on Facebook that I don't do on YouTube, because YouTube is kind of like a production video, as where Facebook is like, I throw all kinds of stuff on there. Same with my, get it all together, I do all the research, and I present it here to you. You know, figure out what flavor you like. I definitely will be posting recipes. I'm hoping to post multiple recipes a month on Facebook, so follow me for sure. Healing Cape Lady. Wonderful smell of jasmine, and you can't afford an expensive $200 bottle, then the organic aromas is going to be the best way to go. So another way to test perfume to see if you're gonna like it, and I was doing this because essential oils really are strong. A good thing to do is actually take a nebulizing diffuser from Organic Aromas, and I actually use it in my bathroom because if somebody does something gross in there, they can turn it on for a second, like 5 seconds, and it blasts the fragrance, and it's like the smell is gone. So I actually like to test perfume in a nebulizing diffuser. So what I do is I take it, I turn it on. This is Organic Aroma's newest one. A lot of people used to complain that they didn't like the rotating lights on the Organic Aromas diffuser. So they have a little button now you can swipe your finger on, and it takes the lights off. So now it has the off feature. So this diffuser, I will post it in the link below. You can put like 3 drops of your blend in here, plug it in, turn it on, and then I say, turn it on, leave the room, and then come back. And walking into the mist kind of gives you a different experience on how to experience the fragrance to see if you're really gonna like it or not. And it's a good way to test it for guests to see if they're gonna like the fragrance too, because you're leaving it in the bathroom where people can turn it on if they made it smell yucky. So they'll be like, oh, that smells good, or that smells horrible. So it's a really fun way to test your fragrances. And the cool thing about these diffusers is you can put like 2 drops in the bottom, and it's still gonna funnel up, and you're gonna be able to smell it. So it's a good way to test your perfumes. And the cool thing that Organic Aromas has done is they're gonna do a giveaway. They're gonna give away one of these like $100 diffusers to you guys.
So I'm very quickly going to go over how you make a solid natural perfume. You just take the beeswax and you melt it down and mix in the carrier oil. And then you take the exact same recipes that I've showed you without the vodka. So a quick little demonstration. What you're going to want to do is melt your beeswax. I like these sticks because they're 1 ounce each. And as you can see, my recipe calls for 1 ounce of beeswax. I'm making a double recipe here. So because you are doing 1 ounce of beeswax and 1 ounce of carrier oil, you're making a 2-ounce quantity. So you're gonna double your essential oils that I use in all the recipes. So I'm doing 2 ounces of beeswax. So I'm doing 2 ounces of carrier oil. I like Simply Earth's almond oil or coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil, because they have no scent really to them, and they both have a really pretty good shelf life. So you can choose whichever you have on hand. I have these on hand all the time because I get them in my subscription boxes. So they are here. So I'm making a double recipe right now, and I am just making a big batch of 1 scent because I know I really love this scent, so I'm making a huge batch of it. So you melt that beeswax, you add that carrier oil in, you make sure every single bit of beeswax is completely melted down. And once everything is completely melted down, you can add your essential oil blend. Now you want to do this as quickly as possible, especially if you're using flower scents that can be damaged. You want to make sure the water is not too hot, but you want to get these essential oils in very, very quickly. Mix them up and make sure they're totally incorporated and get them into a container as fast as you possibly can. So you get your essential oils in as quickly as possible because this stuff hardens like rapidly fast. So you want to get it poured very, very quickly. And you also don't want to damage your precious oils. So I'm going to get these essential oils in as fast as I can. I made sure I turned off my double broiler, but the water is still warm. So I'm going to get these essential oils in, and then I'm going to pour them into containers as fast as humanly possible. And like I said, they do harden very, very quickly. So now that they're stirred up to absolute perfection, I'm going to get whatever containers I'm going to put the stuff in to carry it around. So I have tins, I have glasses, I have, whatever works for you. I love these little aluminum tins that you can get on Amazon. You get big packs of them really inexpensively. I love little glass jars that you can keep them in, kind of like the little cosmetic containers that they would put something like eye cream. And if you're kind of like really crazy about salves and solid perfumes like me, you might want a big old jar of it in your bathroom. So the bathroom's a good place to keep a big jar of your oil so that you can just put it on whenever you want. I mean, a big jar of your perfume. So you can just keep a large container where it doesn't have to be so beautiful for everybody else to see, but it can be in your bathroom and you can go through a lot. And no, you're not spending a lot of money on this. So, I mean, the cost to make these is just almost pennies. So it's just really awesome that you can just make a big old batch like this and just not feel bad about going through it quickly because it's really inexpensive and you made it yourself and it's really fun. And like me, you can see my daughter in the picture. You can do it with your kids. It's so much fun. So sometimes I like to add a little extra something to a blend. So maybe I have a couple of them where I add a little extra something at the end. So all of the scents are the same except for like maybe 2 of them where I added a little vanilla or I add a little blue tansy or I add a little sandalwood or something like that. I let them cool just like this, uncovered for about 20 minutes, and then I put the lids on. And next, how to enter the contest to win a free diffuser.
So this is how it works. All of my contests are going to be the same. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the link that goes to my website, and there's a form on the contest page. So I'm going to send you to my contest page. You type in your name, your email, what contest it is. So it'd be the name of the video. So if the contest is, perfume video, and what's the prize? Organic Aromas Diffuser. How did you share? So maybe you shared the video on Facebook, maybe you emailed it to friends, maybe you shared it on Instagram, maybe you shared it on Twitter, maybe you shared it by telling friends. However many ways you did it, you type it in there and you get 1 entry for every single way you did it. It doesn't mean enter 10 times and type it in 100 times, because somebody entered 10 times the other day and I got an email for every single one. I'm like, no, you just list it and I'll give you an entry for each one. So, and it's way easier for me because they all go to a separate thing in my inbox and I know exactly who entered. And if you thumbs up this video, I give an entry. If you write a comment below, it could be a question. It could just be say whatever you liked about the video. I'll give a entry for each one of those things. So that'll just give you 1 more chance to win. So the more you do, thumbs up. So if you thumbs up, you subscribe to my channel, you post a comment below, you follow me on Facebook, you follow me on Instagram, you share the video, like you get an entry for all those. So just type in what you did and you're gonna get an entry for all those things. PA-free glass diffuser. I have never found one that has been better, and I've tried 3 of theirs now, and I've tried many others. And it's a really good idea to follow me. I also do contests on Facebook that I don't do on YouTube. So follow me on Facebook. I gave you so many reasons. Totally follow me, okay? Okay, because I'm doing all this for you guys. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video. I am so excited to be adding new fragrances all the time. And if I end up doing a fragrance line and having them made for you guys, the whole goal is to have healthy, organic fragrances for you guys to wear at a super affordable price. And it really doesn't exist right now. And the ones that do exist that I have found them, but I'm not into hippie socks. I'm really into things that smell really wonderful and fresh and good, and that make you feel good and make you feel good about wearing them and make you feel confident about the choices that you're putting on your skin and your body. So thank you so much for watching my video today. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's rainy here in Oregon, but I had a good time spending way too long with you guys. So have a wonderful day. Bye.